Seeing this in the airport a few days ago rocked my world and it gave me hope. So last week, I decided to take a trip with my son somewhere warm to visit family. My shirt says literally freezing because it's not even freezing. It's a balmy 14 degrees where I am right now. So, and that's warm. When I woke up, it was 9. So I wanted to just go visit family in a warm state. And so we did for just a couple days, 4 days. The trip was great. The weather was amazing. We got to do things we love to do. And when I returned, I was in the airport heading back home and I saw something that I've actually never seen this before. I've seen a lot of acts of kindness, but this really was really special and profound. And you know who you are, Nicole. I don't know if you'll ever see this video, but what you did moved me and it really made me more aware of being aware of others. So here's the story. We were sitting in the gate waiting for our plane to board. And as I sat down, I got my son something to eat, and we were sitting down in the gate area. And the row ahead of me was empty in terms of chairs, and then the row in front of that was right in front of the gate desk area. And there was a woman sitting there, and I was busy talking to my son, getting him situated with his food, and I noticed that she got up and went over to another woman who was sitting off to the left in the chairs facing the gate by herself. She was by herself. But I saw them hug. I saw this woman hug and embrace the other woman. And I thought to myself, my first reaction was, they're related. Clearly they're related, or they knew each other and they just happened to see each other in the gate. What a coincidence, how fun, and they're hugging. And then I noticed a couple of minutes later that the woman in front of me kept glancing over at that woman. She kept glancing over. And then I did too. I was very curious and I started glancing over, like, what is she looking at? I look over and the woman is doing a lot of this. You know, she's got a Kleenex. Well, you know what a Kleenex looks like. And she was, dabbing. And I could see it from behind and to the side. I could see her doing this. I could see her doing this. And I thought, oh wow, she's crying. And I just kind of sat back and started to observe what was going on here. And I instantly, when I saw this woman, instantly felt compassion and sadness because whatever it is, she's obviously upset. And then you know how you do, like your mind starts racing, like, what is it? Did her boyfriend just break up with her? Is she going through a hard divorce? Is she having to move out of state and just found out? Oh, like what? I wonder what it is. And just letting my mind sort of wander and imagine. But also, I started to pray for her at the same time, thinking, whatever it is, nobody wants to be in a situation where they're by themselves in a place of all places like the airport, upset to that degree, where you're physically that upset that you're, crying and dabbing your eyes and sniffling and very, clearly upset. I watched just for a little bit and then I observed this woman in front of me get up again for a second time and walk over and sit next to this other woman. And I saw her put her arm around her and I saw her talk back and forth just a little bit. And she kind of looked around and then she talked a few minutes more. And then she went back over to her seat and sat back down again. And I was fascinated by this because I thought they must not be related then. They're sitting separately. Why would they be sitting separately if they were related or together? She must be a stranger. So as we were getting ready to board, they called pre-board and I stood up because I always try to make sure I get my son with the diagnosis of autism extra time to get on the plane and get transitioned and situated because it's just far less anxiety producing. So I stood up and I was so drawn to this woman. I walked over to her and I said, listen, I watched what you did. I watched you go over there and talk with that woman twice. And I don't know what's going on, but I think it's very kind of you to notice somebody else's pain and to offer support and comfort. And as soon as I said this woman, put her hand up to shake mine and said, "Hi, I'm Nicole. Yeah, it's crazy. I noticed that she was crying, and it turns out her daughter just died, and she couldn't make it home. She didn't make it home in time to see her. And a couple days before Thanksgiving, to hear that somebody was experiencing that, it takes your breath away. It took my breath away. I just didn't know what to say. I stared at this woman named Nicole, into her big, beautiful blue eyes. She was totally teared up and trying her best to think of a way to make this trip less traumatic for this woman. And I said, "Okay, well, is there any way maybe could they put her in front? I mean, that doesn't make up for anything, but could they put her right up front maybe?" And Nicole said, "I actually gave her my first class seat." So I went up to the counter and I asked if they could just put her up there. I'm fine to sit anywhere. I don't care. I'll sit in the bathroom if I have to. But I just wanted to make sure she had a place that was going to be comfortable and was going to be uh, accommodating for her. And when she went up to ask the counter if she could give her her seat, they said, "We've already cleared a first class seat for her." And so this woman, Nicole, said, I plan to just be there if she needs and sit next to her if she'll let me. And whatever she needs, I offered to get her something to eat, something to drink. I offered to get her water. She's really upset. So I just wanted to be there and console her and let her know that I'm praying for her and I'm here and we'll be there with her up front if she needs anything at all. So can you imagine what the world would be like if there were more Nicoles? Like, that is going to extreme lengths to know first of all, notice. I don't know that I would have noticed that woman, and I'm a pretty aware person, like, I love to people watch. I don't know if I would have noticed this woman if it weren't for watching Nicole get up and go over to her twice and then go up to the counter. But this woman was watching and, noticed and then had the courage. It also takes a tremendous amount of courage to get up out of your seat, walk over to a perfect stranger. They could tell you to F off, get lost, mind your own business. There's 100 things that could happen. But to take the risk of approaching somebody that is visibly upset and extending yourself in grace and extending yourself in compassion and in kindness and offering to also help accommodate them, that is extraordinary. And Nicole, I honor you. You are an inspiration. I am going to choose to be more like you and be a little more aware. And if I see something that I think I may be able to lend some support to, be quick, not hesitant, but quick to just approach and offer whatever support I possibly can. Because I'm telling you what, that is gold right now. And that is more of what the world needs. And it was so inspirational. And again, I honor you, Nicole, and I want to be like you when I grow up. And so thank you for extending yourself in God's grace and in love and in compassion and being an earth angel. We need earth angels like you. So may we all commit to being a little more like Nicole. Much, much love to you. Can't wait to see you in the next video.